What's up everyone, techgeekjosh here, and you're watching the video comparison between the LG Risio 2 versus the ZTE Warp 7. So, with that being said, let's get right into it. So, to begin, let's go ahead and do the boot up test in 3, 2, hold on, gotta feel for the power button here. I'm not good with my left hand. 3, 2, 1. LG showed the startup screen first. Phoenix 2 has a 5-inch display. ZTE has a 5.5-inch display. Cricket, Boost Mobile. You can also get the Warp 7 on Cricket, but it's called the ZTE Grand X3, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like the Risio is going to win, but will the Warp 7 pull ahead is the question. Buttons are lighting up at the bottom. Nope. Very, very close. As you saw, Risio 2 actually won, but it looks like the Warp 7 is already usable, whereas the Risio 2 is a little bit behind. Alright, so as you can see here, I got some apps lined up, so zoom in just a tad. Okay, there we go, that should be plenty enough. Alright, so let's get started. Two different versions of Pandora. 3, 2, 1. So the Risio 2 won. As you saw there, Risio 2 won. Lagging behind a little bit. Okay. Thank you. Checking for software update. No thank you. Well, that was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that. Snapchat. Warp 7. Kick. Warp 7. Messenger. Warp 7. YouTube. Warp 7 again. Google Maps. I would have to say the Risio 2 for this one. Before I go any farther, the buttons on both of these are different. Risio 2 has on-screen buttons, whereas the Warp 7 has off-screen buttons, and they light up blue, which is a very nice color, actually. I'm not a big fan of colored light-up buttons, but it's actually pretty nice on this device, even though this is mainly like, what's it called, a stainless steel color, or dark gray color. I can't think of the correct color gray that this device is. You see here. That's a nice little change though. Thumbs up to ZTE. Next is Gmail. You see the Warp 7 is killing it so far. Play Store. Warp 7. Offer up. I would have to say even right here, but you may have to judge for yourself. Instagram. Warp 7. Settings. I almost said Snapchat. Warp 7. Gallery. Warp 7. Periscope. Oh, Risio 2. Risio 2 won that one. That was surprising. And Chrome. Let's try that again and let's see if they load Google now. Well, Warp 7's not. It's loading Boost Mobile. Let me go ahead and fix that. Start at google.com. Got voicemails here. I don't care, Warp 7. Anyway, let's go up here. Okay, they both have it in their history, so let's go ahead and go there in 3, 2, 1. And they're off. Connected to the same Wi-Fi network. Warp 7 looks like it may be ahead, and it is so far. Risio 2 is catching up though. Scrolling is just about the same on both of them, as you can see. They both have their stutters when loading, because this is a flash site. So you will see some, as you can see here, frame droppage and lag in the system. You do obviously see more things on the screen on the Warp 7 because of the screen real estate is 5.5 over 5 inches, so that's very nice. And now let's go ahead and do these apps down here on the dock. Phone, Warp 7. Contacts, Warp 7. Messaging, Warp 7. Risio 2, I saw that, split second behind. And then camera. So, as you can see, the Warp 7 beats out the Risio 2 in almost everything, from launching apps to loading web pages. But how are these devices in RAM management? Which one can maintain apps and hold apps open in the background without refreshing? That is what we're going to find out right now. Starting with Snapchat. Warp 7. They actually both held it open, but the Warp 7 was faster to bring up the screen. Kick. Same time. Okay. Yeah, see where did... Oh, it's just right there. Okay, well, we can still do this. YouTube is just in different places. Warp 7. Maps. Both had to reload. Gmail. Both had to reload. Play Store. Both had to reload. Offer Up. Both had to reload. So it seems like these devices in particular don't seem to hold apps open in the background, or at least not well. Messenger, exactly the same. Instagram, Warp 7. Settings, exactly the same. Gallery, Warp 7. Periscope, Warp 7. Chrome, this should be interesting. We got a winner. Warp 7 held it open, as you can see here, no reloading. Whereas on the Risio 2, you can see it's obviously reloading, so awesome job, ZTE Warp 7. Phone. Phone just disappeared on the Risio 2. Contacts. Warp 7. Messaging. Exactly the same. And last but not least, camera. I said exactly the same. And these devices do have a clear all button right here at the bottom. Oop, my mistake. So, which device would you pick up for yourself? Would you pick up the $30 Risio 2, or would you pick up the, I'm assuming, $50 Warp 7, or $60? I may be mistaken. I think it might be $60 on Best Buy's website, or Best Buy on the Best Buy app. Definitely be sure to let me know which one you would pick down below. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the next one.